Alright guys, we're going to go through the test review here. Before we do the Unit 8 test review, we wanted to show you here the formula chart that we're going to be using. So if you want to take a picture of that, that will help. That will be provided to you on the test. So alright, the test review. First thing we're going to do is do the equations of circles. Here's your formula for that. It is x minus h squared, and then y minus k, y minus k squared, and then equals r squared. Okay, big thing here is the h and k's, it's minus h, and what that usually means is you have to use the opposite signs here when you're taking out your center right here. So this first one will be the center of 3 comma negative 1 right there, and then r squared, that piece of the formula is 16. To undo a square, you square root the 16, and that would get you a radius of 4, and that'll be it there on that one. So 3 comma negative 1 and a radius of 4. Number 2, same thing with some different numbers here. The center will be negative 2 comma positive 4, and then the square root of 100 is going to get you a radius of 10. So then that's all you do there on those. And that formula is on the formula chart, so you just need to know how to pull the information from it. Okay, this one we're going to extend it a little bit further. We're also going to do a graph here with these. So with this first center here, it'll be positive 2 comma 0. And then we need the square root 9. The square root of 9 is 3. So basically a circle with the center at 0. And then you're going to have a radius of 3. And the best way to do this here is just go up 3, right 3, down 3, and left 3 units. And then just sketch your best circle there. And honestly, when I'm grading these here, I'm just looking for the big points right there. So make sure you make those a little bit big so your teacher can find them and grade them accurately. Okay, next one here, it will be negative 3 comma positive 2. You do the opposite signs once again. And then the square root of 36 is going to be 6. And then you'll plot those points there. Negative 3, positive 2. Make it a little big so everyone can see it. And then 6 units above. It should be up there at 8. 6 units to the right. I think that's going to be over here at 3. 6 units down. And then 6 units to the left. Oh, whoops. And then you can sketch your circle. I think with notability, it'll make it a perfect circle there. No, I didn't do it super great, but there we go. Okay. But yeah, just a sketch right there. Make sure your points are looking good there. Okay, 5 and 6, we're just going to go the total opposite direction. We're going to start with the center. We're going to write the equation. So this is your h piece right here. This is your k piece. And remember, the formula is x minus h squared, and then y minus k squared, and then equals r squared. Okay. So we'll go x minus 0. And we'll simplify that here in a second. Apparently y minus half, that's fine if that's a decimal there. And then we're going to go the square root of 13 squared. And this one's a little special here. When you square a square root, it cancels out. Or if you think about it this way here, the square root of 13 times the square root of 13 is the square root of 169. And the square root of 169 is a regular 13. So that's what you're going to do there for that, just in case you didn't have a calculator. All right, this other piece here, this will be x squared. When you simplify, you don't need parentheses because there's nothing left with the x. And then the y minus half, we're just going to keep it like that. We're not going to try and like FOIL that together or anything. We keep it like this right here. This is the standard form for the circle. All right, the only other thing that's kind of weird here is this one here. They gave you the diameter, which means the radius is going to be half of that. So we'll do 4.5 for the radius. And then we'll start plugging everything into this formula right here. This will be x minus negative 5. That'll be plus 5. And then we'll go y minus 1. And then that'll be squared up there. Don't forget your squares. Always forget that sometimes. And then 4.5 squared right there. And I'm just going to use a calculator for that. 4.5 squared is 20.25. You could, if you want, write that as a fraction, but decimal will probably be good enough there. So that'd be 20.25. If you wanted the fraction for it, apparently that's 81/4 for the fraction. But then that would be your two answers right there.